Hi guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome to my channel Kasumikriss. My name is Crystal, and in this video I'm talking to AAHANA, a girl who has a really nice YouTube video which I will link in the description box down below. She makes videos about veganism, about NoFap, and other self-improvement videos. I really recommend you to take a look. We recorded ourselves discussing the topic NoFap. We share our opinions, criticism, and experiences. Unfortunately, the quality is not the best, but we will work on it for the next video. There is more footage from this time that we chatted. I hope to upload that another time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe to my channel to keep up with my content, and also hit that bell to get a notification each time I upload a new video.
It's so interesting what you said about being able to look people in the eye, because I feel like it's almost like when you masturbate, on a subconscious level you develop a sense of shame. You can't really look people in the eye, or because there's this inward shame about what you're doing. Even if you can't consciously recognize it, it shows up in those ways where it's like, yeah, I can't look at this person in the eye because I feel kind of ashamed about myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
exactly. When you think about it, when you're in your room doing that to yourself, you're masturbating and maybe looking at porn, you're really ashamed about if somebody would enter your room and see you doing that. So that will seep into your day-to-day life as well in other things. And the same as, for example, if your phone is completely full of all the porn websites that you were checking, you want to erase that. Probably you will have that anxious feeling if you're sitting with your friend group or out in the car or in the bus checking your phone. You will have that anxious feeling, oh, did I erase all my history? Because what if I type something and this next person sees what I was looking at, big booties, you know, that would be so, I would be super anxious. Because I remember that one time, this was really crazy. One time when I was at university, I was waiting in front of a classroom, and I was just casually checking my phone. And then you have this option that you can check all the tabs, right? Mm-hmm. So I opened that. And I saw that it was this really big booty of some random girl, and I was really casually closing my phone and putting it away because there were just people standing next to me. Then you start to feel anxious, and then you don't want to look them in the eye because you're thinking did they see that or not?
That's so
all funny. These things will seep into your day-to-day life. You will start to feel anxious, but you don't really know why. You start to feel ashamed about things, but you really cannot really pinpoint what it is that makes you a bit more socially awkward towards people, that you cannot dare them to look in the eye. And that is from these types of things, the things that you do by yourself alone, I think is what
defines you. Yeah. It's almost like everything you do when you're alone, you should ask yourself, do I want other people to know about this? Would I be ashamed if other people knew what I was doing right now? But
and I also think that is a really big problem with people that cannot be themselves. I mean, that need space from other people. Because right now I've never had this feeling that I can share this house with 10 other people, and I wouldn't feel like I need space because I don't do anything in secrecy.
Right.
I don't need to close my door because I need that space to myself because I'm not doing anything that I'm ashamed of or that other people would see. But I used to have that. I used to need space from people. I needed to have my really alone time and sit by myself and those kind of things. And those disappeared.
I totally know what you mean. And the other thing too is that I would notice sometimes when I would masturbate to porn, it would feel really good, but then right after I orgasmed, I felt immediate disgust at what I was seeing on the screen. It was immediate. Immediate, It was so crazy.
What am I looking at?
It's like you feel so good leading up to it, and then it's in an instant, you're ugh, what is this? Turn it off, It's not I would never want to keep watching it, you know what I mean? Because then it went from being so hot to being so disgusting. And like,
yeah, and then you're like confronted with yourself, like, what did I just do to myself? And I'm here sitting here by myself all alone.
yeah,
Around.
and it's like you have nothing to show for yourself after it. It's just like, what did like, what was the point of that, you know? And like,
exactly. You don't get any real reward. It's just like a hit of dopamine in that moment. It's amazing, that blissful moment, but it's just so short lasting.
mm-hmm.
And it's gone. And then, yeah, you question yourself, what did I just do? What did I just watch? And then you go on with your life. Nothing else can compete with that feeling. Everything becomes dull.
Yeah.
Afterwards as well.
Yeah, and it's so crazy. I mean, so that's the thing when it comes to like a lot of these guys who really seek, you know, genuine connection with women, but who don't understand that it's like more than just sex. It's like when men who do NoFap because they want to have real sex. Well, do you know that in order to have real sex with a woman, you also have to know, in order for that to even happen, you need to be able to relate with her in other ways too. like besides sex, it's like you need to be able to understand how to have a conversation with her, how to like make yourself into an attractive person, how to like ask yourself, what can you contribute to her? Because it's like, why would she like, I guess that's like my biggest problem sometimes when I see these male no-fappers who approach it with this like, yeah, I just want to get laid approach. It turns into this whole thing of like, how can I take instead of like, what can I give to her in order for her to feel a connection to me? You know what I mean? It's like just a random thought.
I agree with that. They view it they go deeper with this. So those are the people who do 9 days of NoFap, and they say, where are the benefits? Like, what is this? What am I doing actually? And they just go back to fapping, or they turn into these like hungry guys that just wanna get with a bunch of girls.
Right.
That's such a waste.
It's a waste, and it's a you will get out of it whatever you put into it, you know? So it's like if you're approaching it with this taking mentality of like, okay, I'm doing NoFap, where's the change? Instead of like, I'm supposed to add something to this, like I'm supposed to like put in some effort, you know what I mean? Because we've gotten so used to like you said in your videos, to like all this instant gratification culture, that we never ask ourselves like, what are we giving to the situation, instead of just like, how can I take?
Because they're probably thinking like, how would this benefit me to get this and that and that, but they're not thinking about how they can become a better self, become a better person. How can they contribute to other people's taking away bad behaviors from themselves?
Right. It's like, instead of saying like how can I use NoFap to get women, it's like, how can I use NoFap to turn myself into someone who could give something to women, you know?
Yeah, true. And I think you only can become what I think, that you can become really truly happy from within the more you take away those instant gratifications, the more you question and examine your behavior, and the more self-control that you have. Because people easily say, oh, that's natural, so I will keep on doing that. It's so, also with food, it's so tasty, why should I just give this up? I only eat it once, let me just eat it. But they don't think about long-term things. And I think that applies as well with NoFap.
Definitely.
So they're just thinking in this moment right now, oh, I want to get with a lot of girls, I want to take. They do it for the wrong reasons, and they don't see the underlying
it's like approaching it. Yeah, the spiritual thing. It's like, by constantly asking yourself what you can take, that implies that you are lacking something. And it's like all these like people with that type of mentality, you won't ever be satisfied until you like realize that until you find a way to not feel that self lack, you know?
Yeah.
And the other thing too, you know, I used to associate freedom with doing things like that. I would be like, yeah, I mean, my sense of freedom, it's all about eating whatever I want, whenever I want, like doing, like being sexually promiscuous, like going and having sex with whoever I want, whenever I want. It's like I associated freedom with that, whereas now I see freedom, true freedom, as being free from those things, like being like freeing myself from these things that truly don't have my best interest at heart, and that
those control you.
And they control me, exactly. It's like, that's not freedom. That's just being a slave to your desires, or being a slave to this fleeting pleasure, you know?
Yeah.
And
notice it in people when they get threatened with, when they get those things taken away from them, or when people criticize them, that they get angry. They get like as if that's really their identity.
Right.
When I say masturbation is not healthy, eating meat is not healthy, doing this or that in your lifestyle is not good or beneficial, and the people that get really angry and really on their toes, you notice right away how attached they are to these things, and how addicted they can be to these things.
Right. It's so true.
So that's what is controlling them instead. And they're actually caged in, and they are not free.
Exactly. And even in the video that you had just made with Yana, you guys talk about how, like, I mean, in the video you were talking about sexually promiscuous women, but it can be applied to just anyone who indulges in these self-destructive habits. That it's like, yeah, in the moment they think that, yeah, I'm doing great, I'm so happy, but at the end of the day, they're the ones who feel the emptiest, and who feel the saddest, and who feel the most lost. And I know, because that's how I used to be, you know?
You're trying to find something that will fill you up in all these things, because it feels good in the moment and it makes you happy in the moment, but still after that you will still feel that emptiness inside you. And I think when you can let go of all these things, then you can look more inward and really find out what it is what you want in life, and find out who you are.
Okay, cool, we're back. So, yeah, I was just telling Crystal that I'm starting to run out of space on my laptop to record this, so we might have to cut the conversation a little short.
Yeah.
But
it's no problem. But what is one, for example, one big tip you can give someone starting their NoFap journey? Because you're already far into this as well. Let's end with that.
I guess the biggest tip I would give is to see this as an experience to get to know yourself on a deeper level. Don't see this as a way to get women or to get men. Use this as an opportunity to know yourself. Put yourself as the #1 priority with the challenge, and like make it all about how you can enjoy your own company more. That's what I would say. What about you? Oh, cool.
I agree with yours too, because I know that feeling, that experience. It's really something, for me it was literally, going through that NoFap experience was literally peeling off the layers of the onion, and coming closer towards who am I and what I want to do here on this world, and what makes me happy. So every time I peeled off a layer of, like, I feel angry, why? And then I found out why, and I could peel off that layer, and like just continued on like that. But next to that, what helped me in the beginning was practicing how to be present. Because I always heard, like, in the present moment, you have no desires, you are not sad, there is no problem, blah, blah, blah. But then I started practicing being present, and that's really true. Like, you don't desire anything in the...
Sorry, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Thank you so much, Crystal, for meeting up with me and talking about all this stuff. I feel like a really deep connection.
I feel the same way, and you're very welcome. And I really enjoy talking to you, so let's do this more often.
Definitely.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah. Sorry about my space storage, you guys. Next time I'll do my best to clear more space off so we can make the conversation longer.
That will be no problem, I guess. So then I see you in the next chat.
Sounds good.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Bye.
Bye.